Now, new at 11, new information tonight about the dozens who were hospitalized after smoke filled a metro train, tunnel, and station. At this hour, fewer than a dozen people remain in the hospital, and as of 8:15, all train service has returned to normal. But for many, the wounds are still fresh. We spoke with a woman tonight who worked tirelessly and in vain to save the life of Carol Glover, the grandmother who died during the incident. Roz Plater is live at the L'Enfant Plaza metro station tonight with more. Roz?
Leon, we're learning more about that beloved grandmother who was also a federal contractor, and we're hearing more about the heroic efforts to try and save her. 61-year-old Carol Glover is described as outstanding by her co-workers, but to her family, she was so much more. Her daughter-in-law, Suzanne, told us, quote, "She was an amazing, strong woman. She loved deeply from a strong Christian faith." Carol Glover grew up in D.C. and lived in Alexandria. She was a mother of 2 and a grandmother of 3, and she adored them. A generous, warm, hardworking woman. Glover died in a metro malfunction Monday afternoon as smoke filled the Yellow Line train she was riding home. In her Alexandria neighborhood, they are still trying to take it all in.
It was a shock.
Diana Rodriguez rode to work with Glover for years, and their sons grew up together.
It's just really, really tragic that her life is gone now. Her family, I mean, that's just going to be a devastation.
She was a very nice lady, and it's really tragic to hear that.
Jackie Collins says she was on that train and helped perform CPR on a woman she believes was Glover. She says it was dark and crowded, but several people jumped in to help.
There was a young gentleman on the side with a camera, a cell phone, holding the light. Guy behind us, you know, kind of coaching us on. We knew we weren't doing it perfectly, but we wanted to do something. The humanity in the car was incredible.
Now, Collins said they took turns doing CPR. When one person grew tired, another stepped in. Same with the volunteers who carried her out to the paramedics. They simply wish they could have done more to save her life. We're live in Southwest D.C. I'm Roz Plater, ABC 7 News.
Thank you, Roz. Tonight, lawmakers are echoing what many of you told ABC 7 yesterday, raising questions about Metro's response and making calls for a thorough investigation. Tom Rousey spoke with Virginia Senator Mark Warner tonight about this. Tom, what did he have to say?
Well, he had a lot to say, Leon, and you'll hear from him from a moment. But from politicians to even people on the street, the concern you hear isn't so much about the smoke itself, but the response to that smoke. And tonight, everyone from folks at the Wilson Building, like the mayor, to folks like Senator Warner, who walk the halls of Congress every day, they're all demanding answers.
I want to hear the answers.
The train was headed from D.C. into U.S. Senator Mark Warner's state of Virginia when it stopped and smoke filled the car.
Help us, Lord.
Warner says it's impossible to completely prevent accidents, but it's the response to this one that concerns him most. Many passengers had to stay in all this smoke on the unmoving train, even though L'Enfant Plaza's station was less than 1/6 of a mile from the train.
I just don't understand when the train was this close to the station, people waiting more than 40 minutes and not only one person passing away, but over 80 people hospitalized.
Today, Warner sent a letter to Metro demanding answers. He's not the only one on Capitol Hill who wants them.
And it wasn't even the kind of communication that Metro should have had.
D.C. Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton is concerned about a lack of communication to the trapped passengers, and that she says firefighters struggled to find out from Metro if the dangerous third rail was still electrified.
We thought Metro had turned the corner.
For some, this brings back memories of the 2009 Metro tragedy that killed 9 people.
There's no question in my mind that Metro has come a huge way since that accident. This is a terrible blot on its record, and it's got to assure the public that that's what it is, a one-time incident that will never happen again.
Now, on the federal side, the NTSB is investigating what happened. And on the local side here at the Wilson Building, the mayor says the city is going to be looking at what happened, too. Specifically, it's going to be looking at those communication issues that happened after that smoke filled up the train. Reporting live tonight outside the Wilson Building in Northwest, I'm Tom Rousey, ABC 7 News.
Thank you, Tom. Now, the investigation into what went wrong and who was responsible is just beginning. ABC 7 has you covered for it. Stay with WJLA.com as well as Facebook and Twitter for updates the minute they're available. We'll have it for you there.